It is like they say. Wednesdays are the best Mondays. The Monday of the midweek, they call it, I believe. If you can't spell Wednesday, just spell Monday. They're basically the same word. Right. You know what the best part about this game is? If I forget anything in the weeks that I forget to play, it's just part of the canon. It's just part of. I'm just getting into character. Just because Wednesday is weird to spell. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Alright. Yep. Oh.
Yes?
Very low. Shouldn't do that then. Because my morale, I remember, is nothing. Alright. It's just 1. Start with 4, and I just kept doing bad stuff. Seriously, never got why it's spelled that way? I don't know either. Doesn't it bother me? Not really. I guess I'm used to it by now, though. I'm sure it's some kind of Norse spelling, or... Yeah, I think isn't it Norse? Aren't the days of the week named after... Because I think Thursday is Thor. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe Nords. Hey, Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, how are you? Meh. There you go. Alright, let's see. You seem to be following me. Nothing, just an observation.
A distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
The moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Nothing. Alright. Nope. Is that some garbage? The bomb slots, you pick them up if you had a bag. If I had a bag. Alright. I believe I need to go to the car. I believe is this. If so, melts in this wheelbarrow. Street sign says, "Fuck the police." Huh? I see. Pigs go home. The street's name is illegible. I do need to make some calls about missing equipment.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57.
Lever.
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Let's see. Pull toolbox, turn your fingers over. Steering levers. Tap on the fuel. What are we looking at? What is this machine? On the fuel preheater gauge. Pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something.
I have a feline eye staring at me. 2 of them even.
The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice.
Lieutenant is another
word. Our colleague from the 41st
That's
precinct here.
What is it? Colonel? Colonel's a weird word. Spelled. Is it spelling? Oh, sorry. Talked over it. Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker copy. Let's start.
This
nice.
is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Voice replies to the radio. For first precincts, I had something I need to report. I was told to connect my station. I need to connect me with a civilian. A Sylvie. No. Let's see.
Just a second, officer.
Alright. She put you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His ready voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty
Yeah.
cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio
Spitted
switchboard.
corpse. Hi, this is me here. I work at your station.
10-4, what's your status? Over.
It's not good.
10-20, over.
Please just talk human to me. These numbers mean nothing
State
to
your
me.
message, sir. Over.
Let's see. Might sound odd, but there's personal details. Let's just talk about the
10-9,
badge.
repeat message. Over.
My badge, I can't find it anywhere. It's basically it's
10-4,
gone.
message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
1022, the captain. This sounds bad.
Ooh, barely.
Bad and scary. Like being called to the headmaster's office in school.
Oh, my morale can't take it.
Is it him? What does he want?
A dry voice asks in the background.
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Say
Who
nothing.
lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off
Dick
laughter.
Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Let's see. Haha, officer lost his badge. Haha, like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge. Oh yes, let's get defensive. I feel like that would be worse for the morale though, so let's just proceed. Can we move on? I just want to get reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Alright.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Let's see, could y'all please stop saying lost his badge for a moment? Enough with this now, I have other things to discuss. I
10-9,
do.
come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear
New
you.
heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Oh, fuck.
Chances are low. I can't. I can't risk it. Say
10-1,
nothing.
You're breaking up. 10-9, repeat please. Over. 10-9, come in, officer. Over.
Remain
Come in,
silent.
officer. 10-9, repeat message please. Did you misplace your firearm? Over.
That's affirmative.
He says he
Over.
doesn't have it.
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
The man succumbs to laughter again.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Noodle by himself. But Disco here made him piss his pants.
Was his name Disco Elysium?
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his. Ask him if he's still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
Now is a good time to say fuck and ass and so on. That'll make this all right.
Ooh. Can I get snippy? Can I get snippy? Ah. It might regain some morale. Ah. Poor Jules has to relay this.
That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
Ah, I do love vanilla waffles.
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny.
Oh,
This
now
is
it's
my
not
mom
funny.
we're talking about. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over.
Let's see. Hey, if you don't like the fallout, maybe don't fuck with the firewalker. No, I should apologize. I sense, as an empath, I sense he's a little perturbed by the insult to his mother. Okay, tell him I'm sorry, it was just banter. I thought that's what
He
cops
says
do.
he's sorry and didn't mean nothing by it.
Okay. Tell him.
Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters here.
Satellite officer
I heard him in a moment.
Affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
There's static.
God,
Man is fighting back tears.
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
I'm in dire financial
Ten-4,
need
I
of dire
hear
fin-
you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but
What does he want now?
he's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It's paramount to my investigation. Please, I'm begging you here. I don't have enough. I have a place to sleep tonight.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Uh-oh.
Vigmar said,
Who cares what this Vic Mayor said? Pull on their heartstrings. Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
It is. I want to go home. Please come and get me. It's paramount to the investigation that you
he
grant me
says
money.
it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent.
Request denied, sir.
Nothing is working.
It's true. Okay, I heard you. No
Anything
funds.
else, sir? Over.
It might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
I need information, not fear.
Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
Let's see. I'm looking. Are you there alone? Any news about my family? Have I ever told you about my life before RCM? Let's see. Are you there
That's a
alone?
negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's try a description of the badge.
What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over.
I'm looking for my address. I don't know where I live.
10-4. Your address?
Hold up, Jules. He doesn't fucking know where he lives? Did I hear that right?
Seems like it, sir.
No, fuck him. Don't tell him anything.
Very rude.
You understand? He's been hellbound for the gutter. Let him have it.
Sorry, sir. Anything more I can do for you? Over.
Please refer to me by my full name.
10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
Stop calling me sir. Use my real name.
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Ever told you about my life before the RCM room?
10-4, well,
That's
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCN.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time and be a goddamn policeman for a change.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vigmar says...
I heard it.
So, was there anything else?
Now let's wrap it up.
Sir. Over.
That's all for now.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
The static ends with a loud click, and then everything is silent in
18
the cabin.
kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier. Around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, a buzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minnow enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
She asks, startled. Jean Vicomer turns to her and
What
says,
happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm. He seemed confused, delirious even.
he stops to
Mac,
think.
the torso, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must
Then help. Yeah, she gets it. Minot looks down at her neatly polished black shoes. There's a quiet firmness in her voice when she
Yeah?
speaks.
How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
The crowd in the room has started fidgeting uncomfortably. Someone's trying to slip out
Mac,
unnoticed.
man the door. You know
He
what he told me?
gestures. Oop.
I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words.
He sighs heavily and turns to address the room.
This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Oh boy lights another cigarette.
Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Let's see. Run your fingers
The
over
white
the steering
suede
lever.
feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
Pull
A
out the
metallic
toolbox.
drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take the hand
It's
crank
robust,
flashlight.
weatherproof, and well made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Very true. Yes. I'll just sit for now. I don't want to
Pull
take
out
too much
toolbox
advantage of
slides
his
back into
generosity.
its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
Alright. Kim, what are we looking at? What is this
This
machine?
is the Caprice Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
No, it's the cabin.
Motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat.
What's the sinking feeling I have with the words motor carriage?
Nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging.
Can we turn it on and drive somewhere? Let's see. What is a motor carriage? Do all policemen in the RCM have such cool motor
The
carriages?
Caprice motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes.
Let's see. Okay, but what
A
is a motor
motorized
carriage?
vehicle, officer. I'm sure you are familiar with the concept. We've had these for nearly a century.
Can we turn it on and drive
No,
somewhere?
I'm afraid not. We have a murder case on our hands, remember?
In the
Turn it on
cabin,
again.
you see
Close the door.
Yes?
Let's see.
What
Tell
do
me
you
about
want
the
to
case
know?
again. Actually, I have all I need. Nothing. Alright, let's find the dock. I have a map. Oh. Flashlight. Can I... Oh. Oh. Do I have points? Total 5. That's for that, though. Pull up Inland Empire. Hunches and gut feelings, dreams, waking life. Understand others. Work with mirror neurons. Intimidate the public. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. Definitely need that. We have the one. Close to another one, though. Could hunches... I don't think hunches would work, but understanding others might be useful. I think I am going to level this up. So changes in clothes.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
I have some questions for you.
What can I help you with?
Oh, I forgot to ask about to call... What's her name? Oh, hey, look, it increased my morale. Good. We need directions.
Of course. Where to?
What's
There's
north?
the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
I need to go to the docks. Is that
The
same as
harbor
the pier?
gates.
Harbor.
Some kind of commotion, I think.
Okay, east.
I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
Alright, alright,
Some
alright.
shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What's on the other side of the
Just
channel?
coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water, water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
Let's shake it off. You seem to be under some kind of cold
Anything
spell.
else? It's
West.
just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
In the west is the miracle.
What? A miracle? Oh, goodness. I may need to go west then. Thanks
No
for all that
problem.
info. She nods, brushing a fleck of soil off her cheek. What is this fuck the police
Excuse me?
business? She doesn't
She's
understand.
uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
The street sign says fuck the
Oh.
police.
Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
Let's see. It's alright. I didn't mean to
Okay.
startle you. Alright, who are you
Me?
exactly?
I am just a gardener.
Good to meet you, just a gardener. Another
I am
question
pleased
then?
to meet you too, officer. Of
I have to
course.
run.
I won't hold you back.
Chase Sprout with
Her
the
gloves.
aerial glove.
You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
More thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
She hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. Oh, excellent. Things are working out lovely. Alright. So there's a miracle. Okay, wait. Let's... So the west is a miracle. Some great tectonic forces cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them all. What's that? Walk into the game. Okay, walk over. Well, seems like that's the only one.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
Covers his mouth to hide
I'll
burp.
be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
Spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Oh, it's a long way around. Let's talk to you first.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
Such a good line. You're a fork in the world of soup. The sandwich one. This one still chewing a sandwich.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
I don't want to mess up their game. Shouldn't I ask
No,
first?
You got this. There's the ball.
It's
You're
high
the
chance. Grab the ball and show them how it's done. Say screen.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen.
Feel the ball.
Gold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There's time for one last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Behold the fear and confusion reflecting in the eyes of the two feeble geezers. They are in awe of your superiority. You are a god to them. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
The inertia can be contained no more. Then a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. I don't think that's the game.
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak right tricep, that's for sure. I'm a god of track and field. Why would I have a problem with anything?
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
You're right, I got lost in the moment. I'm
A
sorry.
man his age getting worked up like that? Better watch that blood pressure.
I'm sensing anger, and I don't understand why. If you're a sore loser, it's still fair game between you two. Second place is a podium position. I'm sorry.
Vandalized our game, son. We can't play petanque with 5 bull.
I'm sorry, honest mistake. Are we good?
No, we are not good, goddammit.
Fatal's
want
forehead
our
is
ball
bulging
back.
alarmingly.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Okay, I'll fix this.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
Anything about the man hanging in the backyard of the whirling in rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the
In
locals?
Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
So again, you don't know
If
anything?
I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what created it?
Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, is crater left by artillery fire? It's crater left. But why?
What?
Why was heavy artillery
Because
used?
that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
Yeah, it's squeezing a bull in his
Should have
fist.
fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
What about suicide sex cult propaganda? Well, let's go around that. Let's see. They should have chosen a place away from
This
people and
place
buildings.
is the damn beachhead, son. They had to soften the commies up first.
Beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Shake your head and look down at
This
the
area
crater.
is blood ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Hold on, the coalition.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Ah, that explains all the war
Damn
damage.
right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
Strange gleam
He
in his eyes.
approves of this radical approach, knows it was necessary.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard-working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess, and now they rule us. Shake your head in shame. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Nothing. I don't think, I just do. I mean, I think that's accurate.
I'm just so damn sorry it had to be the coalition. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
You mentioned Guillaume.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Who is this
Damn
Frisel?
He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
And what exactly is a suzerain?
Suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They forgotten already.
Slowly nods, says to himself.
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Very low. Through the -1 through the ball into the sea. Thank you for your time. Autosave? Thank you. Oh, I get, ooh. Books everywhere. The ad reads, broken window, Tibbs has windows. Better watch your mouth around me, boy. Kick the things I've seen and said. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. Guess I won't be picking it up out of the sea. Enormous bulls worthy of a real man. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. What's this? Rue de Saint Ghislaine, North Roundabout. Cape Side Apartments. Place lost pool. Tattoos. Alright. I should have asked them. Done. Alright. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint? Oh. Hey, Wednesday. Welcome back. Looks like there was more construction here once decades ago. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. No, Wednesday, don't go for the mic. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint Ghislaine 338. Your room in the whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop.
A striking woman, leans against the cabin top
Shadows of
her
the water.
sailing boat,
Green
smiling
plants,
as you
calm.
approach. Her green raincoat
calm surface.
glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in
Joyce
greeting.
L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Like the RCM, I remember hearing it from somewhere. What gave us away? Well, shake her
I'm glad
hand.
to see you here.
Her grip is
I
tight
was
and cold.
dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice.
Oh,
mischief.
The time change?
The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
Ooh.
How interesting. I wish
She
you a
turns to you
swift
unfazed.
recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise
You're on a boat.
disposition, but she appears helpful.
Let's see. What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Wait, what if I wanted to hear about trade
First,
secrets?
you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
Wouldn't want to serve an octopus. Better
I'm
let it
glad
be.
you see it that way. To repeal the act would mean repealing the coalition government, the one that leases you the right to police West Revachol. But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is your role in this
I believe
precisely?
the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Tell me more about
What
this
can
behemoth.
I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist
Tattoos.
giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organisation now.
How were talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
He looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it?
Pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool. It's true. Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are
There
their
are leaflets
demands?
everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Can't be posturing. Seems like they have no idea about business. Forget it. I want to ask something else about the strike. I like
You
it.
might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That hard card communist enough for me.
Personally, I don't think it has the same pizazzo as every worker, a member of the board.
What exactly do they mean by it though? What's
It's
the
quite
demand?
simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, about anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That does seem like it would... Seems more like bureaucracy than communism. But I guess maybe they're one and the same in this instance.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
Pretty funny. Workers can't be kings. The king is the king. King's dead, long live workers. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Okay. Talking about the union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Hmm.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there's two of him?
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
Hmm. Well, the union itself outside of the Brothers Clare.
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates for looking for the right expression.
The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to
And
you.
your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
I don't know much about it. I mean, I know... I only know from one side. Effective advocate. Giant leech, second life out of... I prefer not to have an opinion on these things. Yes, fence sitting. Delightful.
Of course, officer.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked.
Ooh.
There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion,
Indeed.
probably.
The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need to hear. Let's change
Of course.
topic.
How else can I help?
What can you tell me
Quite a
about this
few
lynching?
things, I'm afraid.
She fell silent for a moment, contemplating
The
something.
information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I had recently suffered an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
See. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
It's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I lost memory of my life and the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember. Should probably leave out the drinking, maybe? This world, nothing.
Oh dear.
She sighs with confusion and sadness
Some
even.
kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Yes, let's give it a shot.
She's a negotiator.
Oh my god, I got the
Just
fucking
floats
best one
favours
too.
here. Insinuates.
Surely there's some other ways to demonstrate our law
I
enforcement
will be frank
credentials.
with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
Okay.
Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madam.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
Lieutenant's voice is hushed. How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Really? I thought it was
This
going so
woman was
well.
running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Damn it. I shall hydrate. In outrage.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
I'm sorry for putting us in this situation. I'll handle it.
I'm sure you will, Detective.
Would you propose that we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay. We could just, find my badge. Let's go back to her then. Yeah. Fuck the badge.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay, tell me more about
It's
this alleged
quite
drug
straightforward.
trafficking.
Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Let me get this straight. The materials come from...
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no, As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us
Yes,
to
but
investigate?
you won't get anything out of Everart and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Am I going to need bolt cutters for
Unlikely,
this?
officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they may be vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
You'll be indebted to her, in a way, but one step ahead of the Union in another.
Hmm. What proof do you have that
How
the
do you
Union is
think they're
involved?
financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with the source of ingredients? Funded with source ingredients for drugs.
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
It's no coincidence that lorries are stranded there
No.
like that, is there?
We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However,
He pauses, looking at the
this
scene.
is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
Okay, may I have a mind about smuggling
Yes.
investigation? Accept.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
We do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So, what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money does Wild Pine have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Billion?
Billion. What exactly is a billion? Let's see. The money I own is so much less than
Past
that.
a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary, but they are quite real for the 72,000 employees who depend on Wild Pines for their paychecks. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It is a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these
They
billions?
started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantanga. on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
What does such a huge system want with a place like
You mean
this?
aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving, the workers do. Company's nothing without them. All I need to know. All the cargo in the world, it's quite the endeavor indeed.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
You know something about these
That's the man
tattoos?
who was killed.
She almost
I'm
takes the
afraid
photo.
this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Why? I was looking at a photo tied
Better
to
not
lynching.
tie the force day to the bat stay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you.
She wants to answer the question.
You seem rich. Can I have money?
It's what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
What?
Look at that
Why not?
lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What lustrous
A
hair.
well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, late 40s style, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
See, ashamed? I'm not ashamed. What is this feeling I've never felt before? I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough. As I should be for even considering it. As a woman, I'm a man. As I should make my own goddamn money by now. Yeah, sure.
Maybe you could ask her for some stock tips. That's a maybe. Or a job. But you're sure as hell too ashamed to ask for cash, buddy. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you. That's all
Of
for now.
course, Detective.
Can't risk the morale, and we gotta keep my buddy happy. My partner.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. The door rattles against your knuckles. But there's the
Knock
door
again.
rattles again. But this time, you...
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Is police open the door?
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
I always echo with their cackles. But I'm not
No.
joking.
I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Leave. We'll leave for now. What am I looking at there?
You better keep walking. The streets will flow red
Oh,
once more.
jeez.
A
That's an
great
intense
torrent
gaze.
rushing down Rue d'Esperance.
Cindy the
You
Skull.
wait and see.
The girl stares at the
The
sailboat on
streets
pier.
will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Let's see. Don't use it towards me. I'm the law. Let's start with your blood type and go from there.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your
Oh, it's a
partner,
child.
pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
What is with the children? What is with the children of this world? This town? Crazy. Alright. You keep looking off to the side. What are you
The
looking at?
lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
She turns her head. Why is he looking for a handkerchief? She turns her head to the face of the coast, naturally saying to enjoy his performing maintenance on her boat.
Disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
You mean
On
Joyce?
a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Hold on, what's in our
It's
zone?
where they grow whores like her. And
Why
they're
all the
home.
negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor.
Do you know anything
I
about the
ain't
recent
no
murder?
snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
What are you doing
Can't
on
you
to the wall?
tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
Let's see. Why don't you know what to... So you don't know what to write? I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Reverse psychology. Catch you later,
Watch
Cindy.
your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Yeah, you have very intense eyes. Very scary. Honestly. So is that our miracle, Joyce? Gotta find... Oh, I have another point, don't I? Empathy, authority, suggestion. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, let's try it. Let's go full with the mental stuff. This way. Talk to this dude. Is there a map? Do we have a map? Let's see, the 15th and... What? Wild Pines, Feld, Corpus, what names of Rashoyan Indo-tribes spring into your head. Set loose at the mention of wild pines, royal monopolies, octopuses, and swordfish. Most of them gone now. YBP expander synced. Okay, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Sure. Okay. I'll talk to you.
I have really outdone myself.
He takes a bite of his
This is
sandwich.
divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Tell me what you know about the
Let
dead
me
man.
think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Shame. Maybe come up with something
Of
else then?
course, officer. I mean, I hope I can. What's on your mind?
Bye for now. Let's see. Where's that roundabout? It's down here. Oh. That's the drawbridge, I think. Yeah, roundabout, drawbridge. The helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Yes, good.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
He gives you a thumbs up. What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool.
Ah, he's winning me
Bang,
over.
bang, bang, bang.
He makes both hands to finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. Whether or not I'm cool is unimportant. I have police. Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
He surveys his consumer's kingdom with an air of
You like
satisfaction.
premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
He settles back into a pile of boxes.
Don't be
he's sitting on.
distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Some What kind of stuff are you selling?
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Where'd you get these comfy
I'm
pants?
an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
Do you have permits to all that?
Joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around.
He takes a deep
You
breath.
glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
Kim, is it true he doesn't need a permit to sell?
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool.
Wait, but what are we doing here if there are no permits? Kim and the police casino asleep.
If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we are here to protect the interests of property holders. I am not, however.
My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the Gossamer state.
It is cool and part of a hip, thin, almost non-existent state apparatus. Has been you're a foreigner and protecting business interests of foreign nations. Then I'm going to stay what? What's up? Whine at me? Just gonna whine at me like that? How dare you? How actually dare you? I'm not an officer of the law, I'm an officer of the common anarchy. Anarchy!
Yeah, that's the main thing about you. Freedom is great. It's what lets independent entrepreneurs like me sell quality goods at competitive prices.
That's all then. Let me ask you something
Anything
else.
for you.
Where are you from? Sailing?
Me? It's a
Sealing?
boring
Sailing?
story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
Fair damage. Sounds good. Let's get back to
Very
business
cool.
then.
I like your style, officer.
Oh. It's a white check. May retry it. Alright. I'll look around. Thanks.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Leave.
There are clothes inside, cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Alright, let's
You
browse
find
through the
your
box.
hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Let's try salvaging.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist.
Discard the
No
woolly
luck?
pants.
Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting the economy.
Composure. Ah, okay. Leave for now. Good to know.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on
What's
here?
the jam, my man?
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with sweeping
It's a
gesture.
traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
So how long have you been
Feels
here?
like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased. But I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Guy
Nope.
smokes on you?
Don't smoke.
Good for you.
Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere.
Oh, dang. Failed. Guess
You
I'll
could
ask
also
around
check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Revachol's weird.
then. It is weird. Scared for some change for working
Huh?
stiff.
Oh,
Said,
no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. The
Pay
bosses,
who?
man.
alright. There, but sounds like a good arrangement for them. So you're broke. Got it. What else did I have
You
good to
know.
ask?
What you need?
Let's see. Another thing about the dead man. The one hanging behind the
He
hotel
ain't
over
one
there.
of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries. And there's
In your
a sense
conclusion?
of surprise
Oh,
there
sorry.
ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you hauling anyway?
High-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him.
Okay, but what are you
Can't
actually
even get a
hauling?
few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
That's your machine
This
behind
rocket
you?
beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Yeah, these lures are pretty neat.
For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Loran Bird somehow.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Could I get one of those Fallon tracksuits you're
We're
hauling?
pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
So
Not
nothing
unless
legal
they've
then?
illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Right,
The
another
man
question.
taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I want to win the empathy. You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Man, me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Just be straight with him.
So you finance the other addiction drugs. I need to get high and I'm looking for it. Be sure with you, I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out
We
of
had a
Terminal
credible
D.
lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Who do you think could be conducting
Look,
drug
man,
trade?
I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Let's try some empathy. Show me empathy.
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. It's
Familiar
hard
how?
to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land.
Where does it
Above
lead?
the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. To the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin, the border approaches.
What's beyond
You
the border?
cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes.
What's in the
Excuse me?
southwest? Emergence from the reverie. Hell, I get longing. Felt something similar since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
It's like to miss
What's it
someone.
like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
No, I feel
Hunted?
hunted.
By what?
A chatty figure known only to me as the ex.
An ex-wife?
Ooh, an ex-wife.
The pain burns in your chest, radiating. The crown of arteries on fire.
Ex-wife? No, it's a sinister presence that haunts me all across the plains. Follows me into the world when I awoke. I think it may be a planar hunter. Oh, it's a sinister presence haunts me across.
Sinister presence? Wow. That sounds really bad. I hope that doesn't happen to my marriage.
It's definitely. No, don't worry. I'm certain nothing bad is ever going to happen to your marriage. Yeah, my thing's got
Sure,
nothing to do with
man, if you
yours.
say so. But
Sounds
look,
like he
man,
believes you.
thanks for this. It's good to talk to someone. I know it wasn't easy to ask, so I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Oh, we made a friend today. Tell me about
It's
the
like,
strike.
whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
What's the union's
Some pretty
demanding?
wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
What do you think the company
They want
wants?
to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
Anything else?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us
All
lorry
of who?
drivers. Camioners. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not
That
my
you?
thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road toward the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
I'm good for now.
Don't
Good
be
talk.
a stranger.
Suit you with 2 fingers. Alright. Didn't get any info I needed. But maybe. Or the info I wanted. But maybe I got something I needed. Who's to say? Hey, look, it's that statue. Any other lorry drivers? Bold slogan, Humanox covers the truck.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your nothing.
Grandma?
Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead. No, this one is a monster in disguise.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask you
No
some
response.
questions.
Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Snap your fingers
If you
for
want her
face.
attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice.
Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back
The
to
smile
reality.
on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Are you alright, ma'am? You were out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
She adds with contempt. When else would you
Back
be
in
then?
Mecca, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
The look she gives you is accusatory. Let's see. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrowed, and she appears to take your measure.
While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Meth, it was a golden age.
Right. I have some other questions for you. Police
Why
questions.
not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks line the dashboard. Before I came, you seemed to wait. Let's see. You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs. Maybe a little too direct.
She's
Seemed to
just a
wait.
distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Wait, why is that,
Nothing.
Lieutenant?
I just don't think she's connected to anything.
He's worried, but not for her. For you. What is it about this woman? If she's not connected to anything?
Okay, let's change the
Hell
subject.
dream is what it is.
You seem like you know a woman who knows a thing or two
What
about
do
drugs.
I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel. The great adversary. No drugs can compare.
That's not really what I'm getting at. Where could I get my hands on an experience like that?
If you don't know,
She flicks her wrist, a gesture, and causes a dismissal. What is it you're calling exactly? I wanted to ask if you'd be
why
interested in
would I
some of
want
those
to do
jokes.
that?
For the glory, liberation. Oh, it's
Loman,
throw the criminal
what
lifestyle.
in the name of God are you talking about?
Let me put it another way. Are you smuggling drugs to the terminal B?
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
How can I know you're hauling your own lorry?
Just this month, I made
How
half
can
a
you not
dozen
know?
trips from Saramiris to Grad on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiris to Grad, Loman?
I don't know, that's
It's
why I'm asking you.
diamonds, Loman, obviously.
Damn this. Make her answer.
Are you making fun of me right now? I didn't ask you about diamonds, did I? If you had to guess, would you think of smuggling drugs? Who do you think is smuggling drugs around here?
He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
Nah, I trust him too much. Maybe too much. I've exhausted talk with him. I don't want to be too forceful. Because she'd probably kick my ass. Okay, if not involved with drug trafficking, then why are you still
Where do you
waiting
want
here?
me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the features of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Thank you. Leave. What are you hauling?
Diamonds.
Diamonds,
Of course
really?
not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, but what are you
Whatever
really
is to
hauling?
be things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
Well, so you don't even know what you're hauling in your own
I
lorry?
quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
What if the cargo is contraband?
Then it's contraband, Loman.
Hmm.
What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
You're hauling.
Diamonds. Of course, whatever stupid things they put in the lorry.
Oh, that's
I
good
only
enough for me.
wanted to... Yes, go. Enough jamboree.
Not getting anywhere. Hard to know where to go, what to do, who to talk with. Maybe there's a different poet around. No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, there's a vase. Foreign car, kept in good condition. Oh. There's probably stored fuel here. Now there's stored fuse.
Bastards! We have a
Scab
right
leader.
to work.
What's going on
Hold
here?
up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
Bored soldier alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everyone
You
else
to
here.
fuck with us? beat the honest worker down.
Why should
We're
I?
here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Oh, then yes. Okay, then I'm thinking no.
We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
Scab.
Hey, it's calling me Montana. The loitering man hollers in return. I get to the harbor too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
I'm interviewing people about the murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
It's probably Stappy and
The
Turks.
mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
What
Why
are you
so
talking
tense?
about? I'm not tense.
Yes, he's tense. And dangerous. Somewhere below it all.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really is my area
We're
of
not picking a
expertise.
side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
There. I want to go leave now. Let's talk to this guy. Manana. That's man with jolly eyes tilting his head.
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
It's true. It's true. Let's just ignore this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm Scab, a poor downtrodden, wave your fist, right to work. I'm not a Scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Let's see. Come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Let's see. I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
It's better that way. It's a good little phrase there. Boots gate. You're the man in the boots at the gates. Uno said, you know about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His
to
promise?
get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and
can't
he's the
skip
king of
Kuno.
Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
The probe into the armor. What did you
I
learn?
learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
Well,
I
so
did some
what sort of
research into
technical
this
stuff?
armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Let's see. Hold up, 4 parts. What about the
Oh, they're
leggings?
just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
We're going to find one piece of it. What is
Nice
it?
and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Let's see. So Kuna used dust to what?
It's a
Scary?
minor nuisance. It's all good.
Contemplate swinging. Taking a swing
He
from his flask.
thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
Thank you for
No problem.
cooperation, sir.
If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
I'm looking for assistance with the dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Does that mean you can let me through
I
the
don't
gate?
operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
That simple? I just
Aye.
walk in?
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past
Yeah,
Measurehead?
the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him. Then press the
Right.
button to unlock the door. Then go
Uh-huh.
past him again. And you
Okay.
enter the arbor through the office. Está.
For some reason, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that
Don't
easy.
worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation.
Nope.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Has anyone ever bested him in a physical
Not yet, no.
confrontation?
He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Sure.
Sure.
Got another thing. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me
Sure thing,
some?
my friend. I can help you out.
Flips the coin towards you. That coordination. Try to catch it. Come on.
The coin narrowly
Damn
slips
it.
by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
It's a critical fail, too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
I don't think that's what it says. I don't think that's what that said at all. Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you. Appreciate
Right,
it.
Always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Let's strike about it
You
anyway.
know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Nice talk. Gotta get. Well, I guess I should at least try to talk my way. Just in case of strike, press button behind the guard. A hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. Which belongs to Measurehead. Nothing monolithic. Measurehead is law. Oh,
Body
Measurehead.
betrays your
Jeez.
degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Say nothing, size him
Are
up
you
first.
admiring my morphophysiology?
The ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you
Must
look.
be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
My eyes are important. I'm with the police and we need to get to the harbor.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he were smelling a dead rat.
Reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
I don't have a problem with alcohol. I just drink a little on the weekends. Enough. I need to take down. Need you to take down the dead body or let me in?
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him the ham still got it.
Actually, I think the ham sandwich race still has it in them. Please, I need you to comply. Now, let's see. Race of some important here. I just need you to help me do my job,
Begging
please.
for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Kroikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Let's see, come on, I need you to move about 20 centimeters back. Definitely not pushing him out of the way. You're right about all this. Now I need your help to get that corpse down the tree. But your people who put that dead body up there, your people should help get it down.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard. No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
Conceptualize. No. Not doing that. You served the Union, don't you? Aren't they white? What are those tattoos you're supposed to be?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Gestures towards the Lower Mandela Street.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You're right, but come on, perfection. My race does not stand a chance. Am I sarcastic?
Correct.
So the Union, aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Turns his eyes toward the harbor, seemingly
There
bored
must
with you.
be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Let's see. Sorry, let's see. You keep telling
Mr.
yourself that.
Claire is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
My jam is a mysterious fourth thing.
Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I've got it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Wonderful. I need to enter the harbor now, or you could take the body down to retrieve yourself, maybe?
Is to come to terms with extinction and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
Kim, what do you
I
think
don't
about this?
anything about this. We are wasting our time having this conversation.
Your pedomorphic friend is...
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
What's the whirling? Gabe wandered over the whirling's rooftop. It's right there. That's the button, right? You just
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Alright. Well, worth a shot.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts. You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Fuck you.
Your fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain shoots up into your brain.
I lost all my morale the first time. I'm gonna lose all my health.
The words to the song have changed. Say, I am a violent drunk.
No, I won't fucking say anything.
In his grip, and the pain blinds you.
I'm gonna be real hard-headed about this.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Instrument.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that Hulk.
I was fighting bad, unsavory ideologies of a hero. Yeah. Okay, I was trying to assert my dominance over him. But he's the one who's trying to provoke me. How else are we going to get through his gates?
There must be some other way. Let's go see the yard again. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here.
Alright, fine, I won't
Let's
do it
think of
again.
something else.
is GRA, the Greater Rehival Industrial Harbor.
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the trick.
Let's talk about our right to work.
Alright. AG by champion against John Luke up there. No. Let's see. What exactly is the goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're able to breach the
Main gate's
entrance?
locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. And try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
You're gonna storm in like all of you?
Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
AG be my champion
No.
against John Luke.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a worker.
Let's see. Who are all these strike
Honest men
breakers?
and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
Mayor runs a hand through his steadily graying
We
military
came here
haircut.
to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Wait, okay, I gotta ask, where exactly
What's
are you
it to
from? Routine part of the
Am
investigation.
I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
Alright, got that. I'm interested in your
We're all
background.
workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Let's see, I don't really drink, but work has taken me to some. That's not gonna fly. So yeah, I know bar's been thrown out from several. Maybe that's why he seems so familiar. Sponsor where? Freaking a lot of bars. Maybe it's
Worked
one I
at
know.
Territorial. Ring a bell?
Right now, but it might have been there. I don't really remember things.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. What's it to you?
Curiosity.
Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right?
Okay.
Worked at Territorial.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
It was a long time ago.
Alright. What is a
When
strike?
a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He's just uncomfortably in his workers' overalls.
They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting,
His
what's that
shirt
mean?
is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You're wearing new clothes.
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Bonuses. Learn link cap for perception raise to 5. Speed gives +1 sight. Okay. So it does have its own bonus. It's more money.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Oh. Announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant. Let's see. Yeah, I know, Shoal. That's where we are.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Yeah, you tell.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Limbo, what's going on
Come
here?
on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking hey, Kim, I've got your back. Well, I think we all learned something here. Smile at the lawyer-man. Yeah. Yeah,
You
fucking
two
hey,
make
Kim.
a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that's settled, we have a couple
Whatever
questions.
you say, officers.
What are you hauling?
Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
What kind of car are you
Apples.
supposed to pick up? Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Bested, damn it. Got a smoke?
He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage.
Smoke one right now.
Last one.
You got any cigarettes
Why
for
would
me?
I do that? I'm an honest man.
Cool.
I bet.
His cool gaze pierces deep.
Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
Let's see. You're a lawyer, right? What's your stance on drugs?
They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
Takes a long drag of a
You know
cigarette.
where
Why
that
not?
shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
So I take it you're not smuggling
Not
drugs?
in, not out. I'll never betray the purity of my tribe.
So you're telling us that you don't know anything about drug smuggling through Terminal B?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Then what are you still hanging around here for? Most other Cameras have
What
left.
do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
If it's not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal
Isn't
B?
it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam.
Can't even ask
I
him about
wouldn't
it.
be surprised if
But
he
he
was
says I'm
peddling drugs as
cool.
well.
Wait, Street Vendor South here? That guy's a lorry
Of
driver?
course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right. 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess we need to play Ceiling Visit
Yes,
then.
so.
Alright, we're done for now. Fruit. Oh my god, I'm good. Kitchen lorry haphazardly litters surroundings.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Sailing. What's your stance on drugs?
I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
Tasty drugs. We're looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in traffic jam.
So cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool narc? But I am not a lorry driver. I am just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
But you are a lorryman. Another driver has identified you and your
Who said
lorry.
that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
He stops the thing.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
So, let's see. So you forgot to tell me?
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with
Come on,
ingenuity.
Ceiling, don't let it be you. Let's see. My source sailing. My source tells me you're the one transporting the drugs.
No, that's insane. It's the fat hater. He's been eyeing me for a week and he sent you here. Maybe he's the one, huh? Have you thought about that?
Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation in the harbor?
I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd, you know, the drug crowd.
He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid.
What are you afraid of, Sailing?
There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I've spent 15 years working my way up.
If you don't want... don't want to get you in trouble. That is good. Oh no. Let's say if you don't want to get into this mess, raise your voice. You have to give us a reason to move on.
She okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they
Yeah.
talk about her, she's no lady.
She's no lady. Let's see. Okay, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
Still low, so probably can't. Probably shouldn't.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small...
You like sunglasses, officer?
Abort.
shades.
These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Damn, officer. You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
You're right, I'm too
Are
sensitive
you
for
sure?
this.
But they look so good on you.
I
You
don't
should
have
think
the
this
money.
through, officer.
I don't even have the money for sunglasses. Leave for now. Alright. Alright. Now we've got a bit more of a lead. We'll end the stream here. I think it's a save game. New save. Good. And we'll probably get our ass kicked by an old lady next time. Each time, some violent impulses take over, and each time they go badly. Maybe I'll learn from it. Maybe I won't. Either way, have a good night. Bye.